Pratt and families, it's Miss Massey. Welcome to Coffee with the Counselor. So my first Coffee with the Counselor was over bullying. If you need that presentation, it is going to be in the comments on our Facebook page or at the bottom of this more, just in case you need to review it. But today we are going to talk about ways to build your child's confidence and self-esteem. I will also add some books that you can read with your kids, activities, videos, and a few other things that you can check out. Setting a culture of confidence. Whether your child is full of confidence or seems to be in a constant self-doubt stage, there are some strategies that you can implement to help your child feel proud of who they are. The great thing about these strategies is that it's easy to implement in your family's daily life. Although this might sound counterintuitive, one way to help children build confidence is by encouraging them to learn and try new things. Although they may struggle at first, once they accomplish their goals, they will feel capable and competent. I always tell the kids at school that when things are a challenge, that's growing your brain. If everything was easy, your brain's not going to grow. So I always encourage them to take on that challenge to build their brain. And when they finally are successful, that does build their confidence. Similarly, giving your child age-appropriate responsibilities, like taking care of their things, pets, etc., can help your child feel like they contribute to making the world a better place. Another way to set a culture of confidence is by avoiding comparison. Comparison can be natural. So, whether your child has siblings or they're spending time with the same age peers, it can be easy to stack your child against other children and see how they measure up. While this feels like it's unavoidable, doing this, especially in front of your children, can make them feel like they aren't good enough. Keeping the focus on the specific child will help you and your child appreciate your child for who he or she is. I always loved teaching siblings. So teaching here for 7 years, I was able to have lots of different families with siblings. But I could always tell really fast how different the siblings were. And they were usually night and day. So looking at your children, you're going to have, they're going to have different strengths, different weaknesses, different interests, and all of that's okay. So it is very important to look at your child for who they are and not who you wish they would be, or, comparing them to siblings, cousins, maybe who you were when you were growing up, because every child is different. Like any skill or habit you want your child to pick up on, it's also important to model positive self-esteem. Children are always watching. When you turn your mistakes into opportunities to learn, use positive self-talk, or accomplish new things, your child will feel empowered to do the same. So, failure, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes, is part of life. So, your children watching how you act when you fail at something or have a mistake, they're going to model how you handle it. And that's going to be how they handle it. So make sure that you always remember that they are always watching. Working through struggles and failures. So of course, as your child learns new things, he or she is bound to experience struggles, mistakes, and even failures. While these things may seem like confidence killers, allowing your children to work through these things can be a great way to build self-confidence and self-esteem. It can be so easy to want to swoop in and fix any challenge that your child is experiencing, but it is important to remember that this only sends the message that you don't think they are capable of doing it on their own. Instead, let your child know that you are there to support them if they need it. but that you want them to work through as much of the problem as they can. Even as a teacher, or like watching my nieces and nephews, it would hurt my heart when I, see them crying because they're frustrated, or um, not get something that they worked really hard for. But I know in the end, it is giving them character, and it is making them want to work harder, giving them grit. So I know as a parent, it's really hard when you're seeing your children sad or upset or frustrated, but modeling for them how to handle it, or maybe giving them ideas or advice to help them work through it, that is going to help them with the skills that they need growing up, because failure and struggles are a part of life. It is also helpful to remind your children that mistakes and struggles are how we learn. Instead of viewing these setbacks um, like things to be avoided, help your children learn to embrace and push through the struggles they face. This again will help a sense of competency as they realize that they are capable of doing hard things. And that's what I always tell the kids. When you are working through a challenge, your brain is growing. If everything was easy, then your brain would not be growing anymore. A common question from parents is about praise. Should we praise our children? How much do we praise our children? Does praising our children really help? The answer is yes. Praise is helpful. However, it is important to remember to praise the effort and not the outcome. When we praise only the outcome, we are sending the message that the child has only done a good job if they have been successful. An example of this could be losing a baseball game. Even though the game was lost, there are many opportunities to praise, such as, I love how you worked hard through the whole game and you didn't get discouraged or give up. Or you could say, I'm proud of you for keeping positive attitude and encouraging your teammates. Um, you could say, like, that home run that you hit was amazing. Again, keeping the praise on the effort or the process instead of the outcome can be a great reminder that their worth isn't just tied up on whether they were successful or not. Daily practices for confidence building. So while these strategies can be helpful in creating a culture of confidence in your home, there are also things that you can do daily to encourage your child to build positive self esteem. For example, try each day to share one reason why you are thankful for your child. Providing these constant reminders on easy days and tough days can assure your child of their value and eventually become their inner voice. Not only is it helpful to give your child positive feedback in this way, but it is also helpful for them to consider their own strengths. Each night, ask your child to share one thing that he or she is proud of from that day. Again, developing this daily practice will help your child to more consistently think about their own strengths and abilities. Lastly, it can be helpful to begin each day with a positive affirmation. Examples of these affirmations could be like, I can do hard things, or I am strong and brave. Whatever it is that your child wants to remember through the day, repeating these affirmations each morning can help your child set the stage for the day of confidence. Again, the more affirmations are repeated, the more they will become your child's inner voice. Being a parent is powerful. With each interaction, parents have the ability to build their child up or tear them down. Although it can be daunting at times, I hope that these tips can help you create a culture of confidence in your home. And I would love to hear any stories or questions that you guys have. If you would want to email me or uh, reach out to me somehow. So I'm going to add below a handout that you can print out over confidence building tips for kids. And it goes through the things that we talked about today, just so you have it handy. But I hope this video helps you with talking to your kids about confidence and self-esteem. I know growing up was really hard, and I remember back even when I was a kid, things that I had self-doubt about, and we're human, so that happens. But I hope these things will help you have conversation starters with your kids, and I hope you guys have a great day and happy holidays, and I will see you or talk to you at our next Coffee with the Counselor. Bye.